Our final game of today. Um, our life. You clearly see it right there. But anyway, um, I never played this game before, so from what I know, this is about you growing up into an adult with the lonely boy next door. From the description, I guess. Welcome to our life, beginnings and always. Skip, autosave, configuration low, log, menu quit. Okay. There are various ways you can customize and interact with the game. This tutorial is an overview of how certain features work. You can read the full tutorial from the main menu to learn about everything in detail. To start off, the game is divided into 4 time periods called steps. Step 1, childhood. Step 2, adolescence. Step 3, young adult. And step 4, adulthood. Our life is further divided into sets of vignettes that take place during specific periods of time. Those are called moments. Moments can be played in any order or skipped entirely. You move on to the next step whenever you want by selecting the summer is ending. Step 1 through 4 include 5 moments each, and even more can be unlocked by purchasing DLC. Some are out now and other DLCs will release later on. At this point, I can't do any of that, so maybe down the line I'll come back to this. Step 4 is an epilogue and doesn't include moments. It all happens over the years that go by, especially in regard to the character you play as well. You determine nearly everything about the main character: name, appearance, personality, pronoun, interests, skills, their relationship with major characters, and so on. You can you can decide to change the details as time goes on, with a few exceptions. Your last name, skin tone, eye color can't be altered once set. Much of the MC's basic traits are determined on a character's creation screen. As the MC grows up, more options become available on the screen. As mentioned, one of the decisions you'll get to make for your character is selecting a name. You can type in any name you like, or you can pick a present name. Present options are called, preset. Preset name. Preset options are called voice name because the name will be voiced aloud by the romantic lead. Ooh. You'll get to hear him say your name as you play through the story. Ew. On the default name, Jamie is included in the base game. Hundreds more can be added by getting a free voice name expansion DLC. The full collection of names is separated out as a DLC because of how large it is. If you're not interested in that feature, you don't need to get it. Each name in the DLC belongs to or was selected by someone who supported this project. Excuse me. Hold on for a minute. Had to clear my throat. Each name in the DLC belongs to I read it already. On the character creation screen, there's a cute doll you can decorate to get an idea of what your MC looks like with the different traits you put together. Not all the things you decide about the MC appear on the doll. The script referencing what you've decided for the MC is the main way those decisions influence the game. Our life has a first-person perspective, so your character doesn't appear next to other characters' sprites sprites, sprites, I think. You only see the MC at the decorative doll and in special cut-in CG images. The cut-in CGS only appears if certain characters are made. It's possible not to see any during a playthrough. There's only a second type of special MC-based screen, the interest comfort screen. Unless you get DLC, the game has one love interest, Cole Holden. He grows up with the MC, and the interest comfort screen is crucial for determining how that plays out. Interest level says how much you like him. There are 4 levels. Disinterest, Found, Crush, and Love. Love is only available starting in Step 3, and if you were at Found or Crush in Step 2. Comfort determines how you generally think when it comes to him. There are 3 levels: nervous, relaxed, and direct. Your level of interest and comfort will set the type of dynamics your character has with the love interest. What you did in the past will influence the present, and feelings can change over time. You get to pick your interest comfort near the beginning of every step. Comfort can switch between the 3 levels as you please. Your interest level can only stay the same or increase. Your current level of interest will become the new lowest option on the screen in the future. For example, if you decide to be found in Step 4, interest will not be available on the screen in Step 2 and 3, which will make found the button level option for your relationship. Interest level has an impact when it comes to physically interacting with Cole. While growing up, things are rather simple. If you get along with one another and have a close relationship, you can choose to touch him, and Cole will occasionally interact with the MC in lighthearted or comforting ways. But starting in Step 3, touching can become more romantic or suggestive if you're at Crush or Love. To make sure things go nicely with that, there will be an extra choice to determine initiative level and a bonus mini tutorial that goes along with the choice to explain the feature in more detail. Basically, if you decide you like Cole, the game won't force you to act on those feelings. You can always choose not to get together with him, choose not to accept or give romantic gestures, etc. If you do decide to date Cole, though, you can't break up with him later. What? I hope he's not toxic down the line, and yes, I will continue to read this because it's so much information. Interest comfort gets the basic down, but it's the choice that appears throughout the normal game events that decide what actually happens between the MC and Cole. And it isn't only the MC who is impacted by your decision. Cole grows and changes over the years. How he's treated, and what he experienced help shape who he becomes. In Step 2 and Step 3, Cole personally appears and interacts appearance and interest will vary based on what happens in the previous step. It's something of a mystery exactly how your decision end up changing him. You can try to guess as you go along. Or if you prefer, you can also just design your own ideal Cole directly using the Cole Creator option that pops up at the beginning of the Step 2 and 3. Making the choices you want is always more important than making a choice because you feel like you have to in order to get a certain result. When a choice does appear, usually you'll see hovering the cursor over an option shows a certain color, yellow, blue, or green. The colors aren't related to specific point or effects, they're only there to give a bit of insight on the tone and emotions of the choice, since text also can potentially be read in more than one way. Blue tends to be casually straightforward, yellow more emotional, reactive, and green less certain, uncommitted. Though there are hundreds of options in our life and not every choice menu falls in line with that pattern. Picking just one color every time doesn't give a gameplay benefit. Only stick to a certain type if that's what you happen to like. Otherwise, switch between them freely. Always pick yellow, never pick Always pick yellow, never pick yellow. Pursue romance right from the start. So don't choose yellow. Okay. Never romance the love interest. Be disagreeable or amiable. None of them will lead to a bad ending. So basically, don't choose yellow at the beginning is all I'm hearing. Which is fine because we're children. You're welcome to enjoy the events and shape the story without reservations, and then if you like, you can play again to try something new. There's only ever more good content to discover. We hope you'll have a nice time with our life. Thank you for playing. Hello everyone. As the video said earlier, I played this a little bit because I was at school and somebody walked in the library and started talking to me, and that's when all my recording audio just went haywire. I was finding a difficult time trying to fix it, and hopefully now since I'm home, because I didn't have to work this week because my supervisor is on vacation, that this is go well, because I'm really voting that this worked. I've been recording. You know what? Let me just stop explaining because it's been a long week. So basically I'm gonna have to just start all over from the beginning again because this is not gonna work. New file because yeah. I'm going to say yes. And we already did this, so I'm gonna skip it. We was here and I was deciding everything for myself. And I think I just stuck with it was round. Oh no. It was oval. Black. Maybe my eyes is brown, but this is okay. And I know the exact hairstyle I wanted. Cause it was so cute. Not even just cute, I liked it a lot. Where is it? There it is. Look at it. Alright. Hair back. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Yeah. Do y'all have... Ooh, there's a ponytail in the back? Oh, ponytails. No, I want the exact same thing. Okay, but I just gotta find beads. Yes! I didn't know what that meant. But yeah. Front is black. The back is black. And I downloaded this section, but I guess yeah, they're all here, but because my name is unique, both of them are unique, we're not gonna have any. We just won't. And I'm going to choose my name. If it lets me. There we go. Alright. Y'all know my name. I know my name. Last, cause yeah, we're gonna keep it amateur to last. I don't care for pronouns, stuff like that. If we had to do it, we had to do it. Change page. Hand size is gonna be medium because I actually have I get them from my late dad. I got manly hands, but that didn't stop most dudes. Oh snap! Wait a minute. Go back. Go back. Never mind, they make you go all the way back. So yeah, here, birthmark, scars, freckles, clothing styles. I wear pants. I wear shirts. Accessories. Watches. Hats. I hope it doesn't counteract how I look right now. I look fabulous. Glasses. I don't like those. I don't like those either. These are kind of okay. So as of right now, we are done. Now this tripped me out. We already seen this, but I'm gonna read it again. Okay. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. Yeah. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp, salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of school-less vacations with it. During the summer, your moms, yes, we have moms, I do not discriminate, didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around the town mostly meant that the family-friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. I'm not rude, so I think I chose this one. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. So I think I was literally saying that I didn't want to be rude because when I was a child, I didn't speak to anyone, and not just in school because my parents did not really let me go out. And that's understandable because I'm a child. But as time got on where they separated, I would not. But as time got better, I just said hello anyway. So I'm going to choose this one. You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hope to visit those places one day too. But today there was a man sitting on the curbside of your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over. You wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the resident district, as your moms call it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mom's had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. I think I chose the middle one too. Cause I was trying to listen when I was little, but when things are like big words, I wouldn't understand them anyway, so sometimes I'll just block them out. I'm not intentionally, I just do. Okay. I just put my other earbuds in, that's why it took so long a little bit. So, and runaways are no. You weren't sure about this man yet? Yeah, cause I don't want to judge first. Definitely not this. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking. No, whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. I mean, when I don't know a person, I'm not interested in knowing who they are, unless they're around my age. You slowed down as you thought about how you could get around this. There was a split second where your eyes met. That wasn't good. He was probably going to say something now that he seen you stand around here. Hey! You were right. His deep voice called out to you, but you didn't say anything. Unfortunately, the man stood up and started to make his way towards you. Yeah, this is what I chose last time. Because you're stepping up to me, this is not good. And willing to be friendly and offer a stranger a smile? Nah. This is how things escalate, but I'm not saying that in this situation because I already seen this, but I'm just gonna read it for everybody who, for those who cannot see. And I didn't freeze from that either because that's, no. So, do you live around here? What's your name? None of your business. You looked the man up and down, taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo. And you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made an assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting to answer his question. I'm not that friendly. I don't know you. Yeah, I live here. No, I did this. I continue to say nothing. If you do, he rubbed the back of his neck uncomfortably, giving you a small smile. And then I was like, wait a minute, you bribed me? You bribed me with money to speak to you. Alright, I see you. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. Boys, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad, sorry. I should have let me start over. Yeah, that sounds really bad. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. Yeah, that was pretty sus, dude. I mean, even children now, hopefully they're smart enough to take even money, which is an upgrade from candy from strangers. From where you were standing, it just made him a little creepier. Yep. I have a son. His name is Cole, who's about your age. Okay. You saw that one. No, I didn't think that. So I seemed like a strange. No, I didn't think that either. I chewed inside of my cheek. This guy definitely obsessed with water. Yeah, just kept it like that. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. He moved in across. We moved in across the street. See? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year. His watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Emma Teresa Last, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8. just like him. So he shook the $20 bill to bring it back, my attention, and a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? And I thought this was just the most sad moment to know that somebody will pay you to hang out with their child. And I'm just like, what kind of child do you have that you are willing to pay another child money to just do it? Anyway, just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? This still sounds sus. It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. Well, of course not, because it's like, why? And then y'all just moved here, so I'm pretty sure he's not comfortable knowing strangers. I didn't feel sorry for him. I did eye him though. Did your kids really get your parents to pay for friendship? Yeah, I still eyed him. What could be so bad about this cold kid that his dad would need to bribe strangers to be friends with him? That's what I'm saying. What do you say? Want to make a deal? It's just like, no deal! You didn't want that bullcrap. I took the bill. I took the bill. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thought of what you could do with that much money. And I said something about library. There we go. It costs a few dollars to set up a library card with this. You could pay for yourself instead of having your mom do it. You enjoy reading a lot of different books, which was true. Still true, but you know, you could get everyone you ever. I'm sorry, my English. I'm so sorry. And that was just a start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. Ugh. The man smiled at you, his eyes sprinkled at the side as he did. Great, that's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. Why? I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but, well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. That's sad. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? Sure. He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss him. I can say I can try, because I did choose that last time. You nodded, not totally certain that you find Cole, but willing to look. The man smiled and reached out to pat. Oh no, don't pat me. You on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Because, do not touch my head. I don't know you, and even if I did, do not pat me like I'm a dog. And then I remember, people rub their dogs. So where did this pat thing come from? Like an awkward hello, trying to comfort somebody kind of pat. Like, don't do that. Your moms are already checking around for him. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here, you think? I thought he might come back, and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Emma Teresa, so much. Okay. He jogged off down the street without another word. I decided to check the hills behind my house. And we are officially caught up. This is step 1, first sight. Now, I may go back and get the extra stuff that comes with it. So right now I'm just showing like what I tried to record, and I'm gonna move forward a little bit more. So we're just gonna meet Cove and just stop there, and you know, just come back with a lot of stuff, because I didn't get too far into it to go to the next chapter. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squeaking as they settled down for the night. You always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. Okay, I'm reading the option. You love to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and sea serpents. You imagine living far beneath the waves. Nope. You didn't enjoy the beach all that much, especially the sand, which got absolutely everywhere. No, that's not me. You always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. I never been to the beach, but I can imagine it. Sometimes Liddy would join you. The two of you splash each other in the waves. Those were the best days. You took a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and you couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. That's the creepy part. You know you're not alone, but you don't know why you're not alone. So here we are. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden, within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you found a deer in the wind. So deers didn't have green hair. Okay, I'm reading the option. Green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses, pink cast, sad frowns. Definitely not green hair, and I don't know why I'm saying it, but like I don't want to be picky. As a child, I wouldn't have registered any of these. I would have just noticed that he was sitting by himself. So I guess that would mean sad frowns, maybe. But this new boy did. You wonder what could have upset him. Moving. He's a new kid. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. Finally. His aquarian eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped raising a hand. You stopped raising it. I'm so sorry. You stopped raising a hand to acknowledge him and show you weren't scary. Hi. Reading the options now. Hi. Hey, Space Cadet. Are you lost? We can be friendly. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hand balling into fists at his side. God dang. On sight. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He's been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheek and his knees, soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You obviously caught him off guard. Definitely. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight. Oh my. Though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Oh. Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know my name? You touched the money in your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your fingers. Don't do it. I'm all knowing. I'm not gonna lie, that's an option. I met your dad, yeah. He said not to, but I found him anyways. I guess he doesn't want to know that his dad put me up to this. So, and I don't want to lie, so we're gonna just say lucky guess. No way, tell the truth. Okay, your dad told me who you were. Yeah, I guess I should have told the truth. Yeah, I wouldn't have known this kid. Sorry about that. Lying is bad. Unless it's good for some reason. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. No, you can stay. You shook your head. You can't own a hill. Yep. No. No. I can just say I shook my head. While doing so, you also picked a pack of strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh. Okay. He sat back down. he faded away. I didn't know where he sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered his heel rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Options. Why are you here? Why did your family move? I don't want to say why he was here because he obviously wanted to be alone. So I'm going to say, why did your family move here? I don't mean it sound like I'm being rude, but I'm not. So this is just what I would... I mean, actually, yeah, I would ask, why are you here? A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Yeah, he was there, he was crying. Almost like they never stopped, the tears started up again with a vengeance. My parents, they don't want to live together with me anymore. And this is what I dislike, it is not the child, man, it is not the child. It's not a child unless it's proven it was. But at this point, nah. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, and now we have a house here and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cole's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Options. I'm sorry. Your dad seems kinda nice. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. Stop crying. Okay. Oh no. I'm not using my mouse. I'm so sorry. He slipped on his okay. Slow down. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his hands against his eyelid. Cole wound himself up again for another long cry fit. Oh my goodness, what did I pick? I'm gonna check it in the edit. It must be hard for Cole living here without his mom, but at least he still had a parent who cared about him. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Amateurissa! Cole! Kids, where did you go? Cole looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. Okay, be careful where you click. Option. You can handle it. You have to go. Don't worry so much. Sorry I have to. It will be okay. Yeah, it will be okay. Cause you were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cole. It's not gonna all be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really, really need him. When you really, really need him, my English. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly Cole stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cole, can you hear me? He looked towards the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm.
Sorry.
I still don't want to go. Okay, options. You called out yourself. You waited silently with him. You tried to convince him. Well, they're gonna get extremely worried, so we can't be doing this all night, so... let me try to convince him. Are you sure? You have to stay outside the whole night and sleep on wet grass. Before Cole could say anything else, you heard his dad's voice again, even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. These are my parents! Oh my goodness! Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, face filled with worries. Emma Teresa, you're here after all. We had been at the park okay, let me try and calm down. We had been at the park to check for Cope and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big thing? No, I won't be rude. We're okay, don't worry. Cole didn't want to go home just yet. It'll sound like I'm snitching on him. And you can't say don't worry. I mean, I would say that. Mommy gave Cole a small smile and then she turned back to you. Thank God you're both fine. Of course. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cole, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushed at his arms. He shrugged. No option. He shrugged. Yeah, I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna marry him. No. Nah, I'm gonna say yeah. Yes, I like him. You nod, smile slightly. He hated Dad. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cole's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thank you very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Well, good thing Emma Teresa knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cole.
Bye.
The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Cole's bright pink cat until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper play day tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wants to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Option. Sure. Can I show him my stuff? Toys, maybe. It sounds like words. You nodded, ducking your head down. Sure, can I show him my stuff? I don't know too much about the second one, but I'm gonna choose the first one.
Of course.
Thanks, Mom. Then okay. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arms around your shoulder and led you towards the pass. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Oh, okay. This is one of the options they were talking about in the beginning where I was reading. You can choose your comfort and interest in this person. Now, what I do know is that's why they got a lock right there. You shouldn't choose it so early, because first of all, we're children. I don't love nobody immediately. Okay, this is how you feel towards Cole for this step. It can change in later steps. Okay. Oh, that's how I feel right now. I feel worried. No, relax. Direct. No, yeah, we're cool. Nah, relax now, it's about right. He's cool. I literally just found the kid. Crush? Not yet. Found? Indifferent? Don't know much yet. I'll say found because he seems alright. I'm ready. You won't be able to change it again until step 2. That is okay with me. Now I'm going to pause right here, even though it seems exciting, because I feel like I'm going to be in step 2 soon. You know what? Screw it. No, we're going all the way. We're going all the way. I suck, I know. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finish your food faster than the usual. Really? I was hungry, girl. Hungry. Your sister Liddy had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your mom had promised, Cole was coming over to hang out. Yeesh! Excited to see your new friend again. Oh, excited to see your new friend, Emma Teresa? And it says again, but yeah, I am.
How sweet.
I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. Option. Yeah. I don't know. Am I? Don't know. Am I? Anyway. Your bowl was entirely empty, so you nod. There's no yes ma'ams in this, because I would say that though. I'll just nod. Good job! You should be here soon. Clean up again. Yeah, it just says clean up again. Clean up began, and then on cue there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. I'm a Teresa. Can you get it? Most mothers would not say that. Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Yeesh. Hey, last family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your mom half called him, and his son was here. Cole looked different in the bright light of your living room and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cole looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cole. He smiled back with some hesitation. Let's go play in my room.
Okay. Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids. See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it off to in a while, but you were really proud of it. You lean in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Option. Me too. I drew that. Thank you. I don't. Ooh. Just say thank you. You're welcome. He smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look at you, turned to look around the room a little bit more. I know, I added more. Studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You started to feel a bit nervous. Nope. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. Yep. You were glad for the company. Sure. You hope he liked your room. That was awkward. You wanted to say something, but didn't know what. So you let him keep looking. His eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Driftwood? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cole flopped down next to it. I think so, yeah, see? You gestured to a pizza at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Okay. Alright, I almost forgot. Shiloh is gonna be here soon. Gonna be here today. Who? Shiloh? I said who? Lizzie's friend. Or like her #1 fan, I guess. Do I have to see him? Each. You said him, he ain't said him. You should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but you know. Come on, check out my shelves for some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore, and you pulled out seashells after seashells, explaining where you got each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Option. Over the past few years, you even learned some of their scientific name. Nope. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. Funny stories. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuffle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. Attention, basically. That voice. Anyway, but Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. God dang it. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on for a minute. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a choice to hang out. Cole hadn't been like this meeting you. You guess it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Halton must be right that telling Cole his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. You think? I went with lucky guess. He did tell the truth. Before you knew it, you both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. That's okay. Yeah, I literally said that's okay in my head. Like, you should have asked. Nah. Okay, but be careful. I will. You weren't sure if you could trust someone else with your treasures yet, so you stayed next to him while he opened the lid and peered inside. Cole reached in and pulled out a bag, orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. Options. That's my favorite too. Dang it. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You can take it. Yeah, be nice. You can have it. Cole looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh. But I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted. No, it's okay. For you. You put the shell against Cole's chest, willing him to receive the present. But Cole firmly shook his head and kept his arm tightly at his side. It was a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cole was your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. Sure. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cole jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person had knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh's. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? He nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cole feel better. It was already obvious that Cole didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. God dang, I ain't had that power when I was little. This isn't a good idea. He'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. Really? I mean, I'm not saying for the boy to leave. It's just that Cole, I don't know. I think he just wants to stay like the only guy there, I guess. I don't know. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you, basically. Cole glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused within his gaze locked into the back of the house. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it, scrambling to think of something to say. You step forward, then pause. Options. Do you want to break your other... Oh, no, don't say that. Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Sure, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll go with you. Good idea. Let's go. Excuse me? Hey, he's so desperate to leave that I either agree, say, do you want to break your other arm, being mean? Or say, no, it's okay. Shh. We're kids. I didn't have these thoughts growing up, so... I'm just gonna say... I'll come with you. Hurry, you'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you, then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. Wow. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cole was already taking off away from the house. God dang. That boy said, speed. I did not want to be here. Option. He was fast, but you know you could outrun him if you had to. She's a runner, she's a track star. He was not that fast. You knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast. But neither were you. Nah. At that speed, you weren't sure if you could go fast enough to reach him. Nah, we gonna push it to the limit because this boy said, book it. Book it. You know you could outrun him if you had to. Cole! You ran as fast as your legs could take you, grass sweeping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cole slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know, somewhere else. I just don't want to be seen. I think that's what he said. I'm a Teresa. You look back and saw Shiloh huffing down the hill after you. The backpack she clutched bouncing all around along the way. What are you doing? Can I come? Wow, she wanted to come. He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind.
Hi.
He's not threatening. What's wrong with you, Cole? Are you cold?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Shiloh. Okay. Yep. Are we going back or are we gonna play outside? Shiloh's eyes moved between you and Cole. The smile remained strong on his face. He's so innocent. It got a tiny frown from Cole in response. You weren't just grateful he hadn't asked why you had been running away. Inside, we left the box on the floor. Right, my shells and stuff. We have to make sure they're okay. Cute. With Shiloh trailing behind, you and Cole headed back toward the house. He wasn't getting far. That's when you know, boy, you wasn't getting far. I don't know who you think you were playing with. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach scene some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cole was having fun. Hey, check out this sculpture shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color, kinda like my cast. My cast? Cats? The beautiful glistering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay. Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, so are all cool. Oh, those are all cool.
Yes.
I like those colors too. There are better colors. Not sure how to deal with the situation. More awkward silence. You look back at your shelf. Nah, we ain't gonna keep it like that. I like those colors too.
Awesome.
Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. Okay. And Cole wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know.
Aw.
Oh, you got a crush on her. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. My mind was trippy. I thought her sister already arrived with the boy. Bad. Anyway. Is she playing at their park? Cold eyes. Oh, that's why he thought that it was just one boy. Okay. Cold eyes lit up at the mention of the park and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yep. But it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too? Right, Immature? The park is fun. I love it. The park is pretty great. No. It's great.
It's all right at the. I mean, it's right at the beach, so there's a lot of fun stuff to do, and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are you going to find Liddy? I don't know. I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shalos finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. Because one of them was expecting Lizzie. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your mom that it was so short she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. Well, dang, she said, I want to go by myself. I don't want an entourage. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie! Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. I'm Teresa! Shalom! Hi. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shalos had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cole was here. Oh, so you were the third wheel. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? Sassy Doo. It's Cole. He's new. Hi, remember? Hi, Cole. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured wildly with her arms as if so proud the area. I'm sorry, my English. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. When Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoe and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. She's the captain. You are? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. Lizzie is the oldest by a lot. My mom said you're Teresa's age.
Yeah.
Cool. That's so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Charlotte is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful with that. Be careful that the oldest don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who didn't have kids. They hate kids. Oh. Why? We haven't done anything. Huh? Okay, I'm confused. What the heck? Options. Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that. We're gonna upset him. Yeah, they're really bad. Huh? Only some of them don't like kids. Some, 'cause that's true. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cole sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cole down, but Cole wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Charlotte was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Amatrice in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Charlotte looked down to the dirt. Charlotte looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking a conversation with Cole. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. As Charlotte's discomfort at how weird she thought Cole was, at something else entirely. You didn't really know, but she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Oh, welcome to Sunset Cove. Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat. Put your feet. See, this is why I couldn't be a host. Take a seat. Put up your feet and get used to it. He offered him a small smile, and that at least looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cole was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cole. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Ooh, moment select. Ooh, we get to pick. Okay, this is where I'm gonna stop it because it's already an hour. We're gonna continue this, and so far, I like it. It's cute. Please excuse my entire dialogue with stuttering and the fact that when I talk more, I'm the type that doesn't talk a lot. Water comes out. That rain shows up a lot. So I'm gonna see you in the next video. I may not have to edit this, to be honest. So we're gonna pick it back up. I don't do polls yet because, not too many people here. The void is here. So, but I might think about it in the near future. So, see you in the next video. See ya!